I've always loved taking walks in the forest. Perhaps it was the sense of freedom that nature offered, or the desire to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. But one journey left an indelible mark on me, one that I can never forget. It was autumn. The sky had taken on dark hues, and the chill in the air foretold the coming of night. I decided to go camping in a forest whispered about in various legends, even if only faintly. With my backpack and a small tent in tow, I stepped onto a trail that led ever deeper into the woods. At first, everything seemed peaceful. The rustling leaves, the gentle songs of birds, and the distant murmur of a stream all created an atmosphere of serenity. Yet, with every step, the feeling of solitude began to take on an uneasy tint. Somewhere deep within the forest, among towering trees, I felt as if I were being watched. At first, it was merely a shadow flitting at the edge of my vision, but soon I sensed something far more disconcerting. It happened when I set up a small camp on a clearing near a little lake. I built a fire and sat beside it, enjoying the calm of the night. Suddenly the air seemed to freeze and an eerie silence fell. In that instant I felt a cold breath on my neck, as if someone unseen was standing right next to me. I turned around and held my breath. There, amid the flickering shadows cast by the fire, a figure emerged. It was a ghost. Its silhouette was almost transparent, like delicate lace, yet I could see a faint light piercing through it, and, most frightening of all, its eyes, empty, lifeless, yet seemingly pleading with unspeakable sorrow. It advanced slowly, not silently, but as if waiting for me to finally lose my mind. My heart pounded wildly, and in that moment, all my thoughts coalesced into one: escape. I abandoned everything and plunged back into the dark forest. My legs moved on their own as panic overwhelmed my mind. With every step, the forest seemed to transform. Sounds shifted, and the path I had so well known suddenly vanished into thick undergrowth. That relentless, inevitable presence seemed to pursue me, as if the ghost had followed, slowly but persistently closing in. I ran through the forest without looking back, listening only to the pounding of my heart and the distant, barely audible sounds that resembled footsteps behind me. Each moment stretched into eternity, and every noise convinced me that I was nearing the brink of an abyss of terror. Finally, among the dark trees, I saw a glimmer of morning light. The clearing I reached was open, and with the first rays of the sun, I felt the grip of fear begin to loosen. Since that day, I have never returned to those woods. The ghost from the shadow of oblivion remains etched in my memory as a reminder that even on familiar paths, something utterly strange and terrifying may be lurking. Sometimes on dark nights when the sun sets and the forest awakens, I swear I hear the faint rustling of footsteps behind me, a reminder that some stories are best left untold. This is my story, and every time the forest unfurls its dark labyrinths, I remember that night when I encountered the ghost, a being that left a mark, not only on my memory, but on the very heart of my fear.